Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. We welcome our next guest, award-winning visual artist, curator, and activist, Andrea Arroyo, whose work ranges in various mediums from drawing, painting, public art, to site-specific installations. Her latest exhibition, Imagi-NATIONS, Art as Solidarity, is a response to issues that affect marginalized communities in America and global conflicts. And here to share more, we welcome award-winning visual artist, curator, and activist Andrea Arroyo. And I am so excited to have you here in studio. I am one of your biggest fans, and I just absolutely love the work and the energy that you're fusing into our community.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, I did a quick summarized introduction of who you are, and I've had the privilege of doing a lengthy interview of all of your accomplishments, and we don't have the time to do so. However, I'm just recommending that people research you and Google you because the time that we shared during the pandemic, it was so significant to me because we were all isolated.
Yes.
And even through that isolation, it was through your art, through the arts, through our connection, that I was able to just really recognize how even in isolation, we could still be together, right?
That's right.
And so the work that you do, a lot of it is indoor and outdoor, and not only that, you travel globally and you do commercial work as well. You know, I didn't mention that you were on the cover of New York Magazine, but just give us a summarized version of how it is that you choose your work, who you work with, and what destinations how you get to these destinations that you're either displayed at and or traveling to, because you travel the world doing this.
Thank you. Well, every project is an adventure in a way. I am self-taught in the visual arts, so every project is an opportunity for me to learn. So I take those opportunities really seriously. And my work is about sharing my point of view and also inspiring solidarity. So a lot of my work deals with issues that are heavy and important, and sometimes they feel overwhelming. So my aim is to inspire people to feel empowered to take action.
And the style in which you do it is it flows. There's a flow that I don't know, that you're actually communicating in all of your work, and I know we're going to be showing some of it, but really what I think I'm alluding to is how you choose where this is going to be on display, because right now you have two exhibitions and they're outdoors, they're in these neighborhoods where when I was looking at the images, I was going, how are they like weather resistant, and I appreciate the fact that people respect and don't try to help themselves to it.
Good point. Yes. Yes, I love doing both. I love doing the outdoors because public art is accessible to everyone. So I get to reach a larger audience and I get to engage with them. Most of the works, when they are outdoors, they have a QR code so people can learn more if they want to. I love when people tag me, and it's just more interactive. And also at the same time, I have my show indoors at the museum right now, which is smaller, more intimate work, watercolor paintings. So it's both things that I really, really love. I think the public art really allows me to engage with a larger audience, and then the more intimate stuff allows me to go deeper into my own creative, my adventure.
And because you make it accessible in so many forms, right? This digital form, we have this lovely book that I'm looking forward to diving into, but some of this artwork kind of like how can I say, you diversify it. Based on, I guess, whatever your messaging is, right? So let's talk about the actual title itself, Imagi-NATIONS, because you're very clever with your titles.
I love the play of words. English is not my first language, so for me, it's a way of incorporating creativity into that as well. And I imagine a world without nations, or where nation means being together and working and caring for each other. So that's the idea. And it also translates to Spanish, Imagi-NATIONS, so it's kind of the same play of words. And the project is really, I started in 2016 doing work that has to do with immigration, racial issues, the environment, things that are important to me, that are heavy subjects. I was trained as a dancer, so my lines are very flowy, and this kind of work is it synthesizes form and concept in an image, and it's also very bold. So the idea is to have this message that can come across like in a second.
Right. So right now we're looking at some of the work on display. Obviously, these are all the issues or the activism work that you're involved in. I know you to be, you're universal, as am I. So I get it. I mean, this is phenomenal. This image of the ocean, and how important it is for us to really be conscious of the waters, because they're ill right now, and that's me being diplomatic in my choice of language. And then here we go, Black history is American history. Like, all of a sudden this year they decided that we're not going to celebrate Black history, we're not going to celebrate Women's History Month. And this image right here it's America in her hair. This is clever. It's clever. Oh my gosh. And then mira, what do we got here? The Latinx community in a plant, right? And that is representing the United States, because obviously the pot is the American flag. Clever and beautiful and stimulating, and definitely talking pieces. And so because your work is on display outdoors, I saw it in playgrounds and stuff like that. Do you ever have conversations with the next generation in passing? Like, what have those conversations been like?
Usually they bring me a lot of hope. Sometimes we think, because we are all there, I think that things are so heavy and so dark. But I remember being young, the world is full of possibilities. And that energy, we need that energy. We need to nurture that energy and nurture our youth so that they feel inspired. And never, ever let hopelessness be part of our life. It's like, I don't have the luxury of hopelessness or pessimism. We need to be optimistic. It's kind of a survival strategy. And for me, making art is a practice of really hope in action. So for me, it's what can I do today to change the world?
Yeah, but your art is real artivism. It really is, right? And so because you make it accessible to the next generation, I just wonder how they interpret it. I mean, obviously the colors are vibrant. That's something that really stands out in your work. But there's a lot of subliminal messages in them. So I just wonder if they get it.
I think they do. I think they do much more than we think. And also they have their own interpretation, which also fits me as an artist and as a person and an activist. So sometimes I think of an image as something really universal and having one particular message, and somebody else will interpret it in a different way. So that helps me to create my next work, and also creates that dialogue, which is super important.
Yeah, so we're looking at some of the images out on display, and again, I started thinking, well, how does she protect it from the weather, the rain, the snow? I mean, obviously, well, we're allegedly in spring, but you already know.
It's weather resistant, so that's fine.
Okay.
And I've never had anything vandalized, which is lovely. And I think somebody took one of the banners at one point sometime, but I don't mind if they are going to use it for a good purpose. That's fine.
Right.
But it's really lovely how people actually embrace it. I think when you do a public art project with the community in mind, as a service to the community, then they embrace it.
And so that's the artwork that's on display currently here in New York. And then we have the book.
Yes.
It's a coffee table book, right, of your artwork, right?
Yes.
I think we're going to show images of it, but I want to flip through it. Yeah, this is definitely, yeah, this is good. This is really good. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm just like flipping through it, but I'm trying to show you guys, like, all right. And there it is. We're going to get a quick preview of everything that's on the page. This is Andrea Arroyo's Imagi-NATIONS Art as Solidarity book that we're currently watching. And we have Andrea Arroyo here in the studio just giving us more details behind her choices of work, the actual messaging in her work, and also her her destinations, because I understand you're going to be traveling to Europe.
Yes, so I'm
So
going.
how does this happen? You know what I mean? Like, how do you choose these?
Well, usually I put my work out into the world, and then I get some responses, and people invite me to have shows. I have a show coming up in Istanbul showing this project, Imagi-NATIONS Art of Solidarity, and then in September I have another show in France. So I get this invitation that is, very, very lovely, so I can reach an even larger audience. Internet and digital has helped me to reach, a worldwide audience and contact, so that helps me. But I love doing work in my community as well. My show at Jumel Mansion is in my own community in Washington Heights, so I love doing both.
Yeah, no, but the idea is that we're all communicating and finding our similarities within our differences. I say it all the time because it's just my favorite phrase to live by. And here's to us really putting out into the universe that we're a global community.
Absolutely.
Right? And you get to go and experience it in the flesh. Brava.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for bringing it here to us, Andrea Arroyo, everyone. Award-winning visual artist, curator, and activist. Once again, Imagi-NATIONS Art Solidarity is on view through April 2025 at the Frederick Douglass and Happy Warriors Playgrounds. And for more on Andrea, you can visit andreaarroyo.com. Stay tuned. There's more open after the break.